at the complete other end of life, aged care. Now, we know that this is a system that is deeply broken, and it's broken for a million different reasons, but also we know that basically in Australia, you work your backside off to buy a house that eventually you will have to sell in order to take care of yourself for the remaining years of your life. You want that to be dignified and safe and healthy and respectful. Well, we know there's plenty of examples of that not being the case, and that remains a national disgrace, especially because when you literally have to sell your lifetime asset to be able to get access to something, it better be pretty damn good. Now, we know that anything that has any connection to medicine or medical health ends up costing exponentially more every year because there's a lot of taxpayer money involved and a lot of gouging that happens here. So in many ways, a lot of the conversations people are currently having about coal and gas companies, could we have perhaps about some of the healthcare systems and aged care systems as well? But that's another chat. Well, the new federal government, desperate to do something to change the system, and eventually maybe we'll get around to the one nurse per nursing home, but there'll still be options out. They've decided to come up with a star rating system for aged care facilities in the country. Now, this will eventually become public in the next few days, but all of the people who run these systems have been told what their current rating is. And you know what? It's a disgrace. Just 1% of more than 2,500 residential aged care homes in the country is going to get 5 stars. Now, 5 stars, by the way, isn't a private spa for everyone and your own media room. 5 stars is meals, accommodation, safety, and care. Now, don't anyone misinterpret what I'm saying here as an attack on the people who work in those centres, because I'm not having a go at those people. But something is deeply broken when you literally have to sell the biggest thing you own to go into a system for the remainder of your life, and you want it to be as healthy and quality of life as possible. I get it, they're not hotels, but have a look at this. The actual centres will get named later in the week. 2 in 3 facilities, 59% were given 3 stars, which means they are certainly less than perfect, and 3 stars is basically middle of the pack. It's bog average. And that's where 59% of these services are. As you can see, 30% at 4 stars. And then the bit that'll frighten us all. 1% of homes are being told that they have a 1-star rating. 9% have a 2-star rating, which means, of course, they are below standard. Now, I know that the idea here is to shame the homes into better behaviour so they get a better ranking. But can anyone explain to me how any authority anywhere in the country allows an aged care facility to continue to operate at 1 star or less? It's not good enough to say that they will be scared into action. They are already failing. Now, we know that regulatory authorities, government and media are not that shy about taking on big business when big business is doing the wrong thing. Look at the casino industry in this country. A huge source of revenue for state governments, a huge source of public attention and entertainment because of what they offer other than gambling, and of course, a huge amount of money and profit that they make because of gambling. In 3 states already, there have been problems with existing casinos with multiple owners for a whole bunch of reasons. We had a Royal Commission into aged care. This needs to change tomorrow. In the same way that a casino can't hold a licence if it is laundering money, how can an aged care facility keep its licence when it is 1 star or less? How do you not say 3 and above? So bog average, okay. The reality is that some people will be able to sell a home at a point in their life that's a couple of $1 million, but there's plenty of people that don't own a house that'll get anywhere near that number. And the cost of their care is just the same. So I understand that there are gradients here. But can somebody explain to me, including the aged care minister, who I know wouldn't come on this show, blah, 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 but still, 1 star and you keep your business. It doesn't mean that you shut the home, that you sack all the workers. It means whoever owns that license loses it. And somebody else can bid for it, buy for it, and improve it. This is a disgrace. It is a genuine disgrace that I know you care about because you're worried about your life, your husband, your wife, your mum or dad's life. And I get it. It ain't a resort. It ain't a casino. 1 star should be disqualifying, not embarrassing.